Hey, I want to talk today about the 5 ways expert testimonials establish trust. And when you think about getting testimonials for a business, you really need to be thinking about not only just getting testimonials in general, but there are so many different types of testimonials that you could be getting. And one of them is experts. And why are expert testimonials important? Well, first of all, what's important about an expert testimonial is that it gives somebody else the authority to talk about you, to praise your product, your service, what it is that you do, and establishes you and gives you credibility. Specifically, an expert testimonial gives authority to what you're doing, gives credibility to what you're doing. So you're not talking about what you're doing, the service you're providing, or the product that you're selling and saying how wonderful it is. Somebody of an expert status is doing that for you. The other part about an expert testimonial is you want them to be an independent source. You don't want to have an expert testimonial that is associated with you or your company. You want them to be independent. And the reason why you want them to be independent is because consumers understand that. They feel that if they are part of the company, it loses a little bit of credibility, So you want an expert to be independent of your company. So people recognize that it's somebody else talking about you and it's not your inner circle of your business talking about your business, because it gets a little self-serving and people can see through it, and it's just not good. So if you don't have the right person, make sure you go out and find an expert that can validate you, your product, your service, or whatever it is that you are doing, that they are independent from your company, okay? And thirdly is an expert's validation just establishes credibility, okay? So when an expert is validating what you do, it just gives you much more credibility. It just flat out gives you credibility that you don't have to be searching for and trying to get on your own. An expert will validate that for you. So it breaks down that barrier that people may have about, I'm not so sure how credible this company is. I'm not so sure about what this company does or what this person does. An expert validates that for you, okay? And I would say one of the other important points is that an expert testimonial is somebody that gives a testimony that's very educated. It's an educated testimony. It gives another perspective about you, your product, or your business from an expert that gives an educational aspect to it. They're not there to sell. They're there to support what it is you, your product, your service is doing. So they can do it in an educational way, and it gives the consumer the ability to understand a little bit more, and their guard is not up because they're not trying to be sold. And you don't want an expert to be selling for you. You just want them to validate what you're doing from an educational aspect, from an experience, from an expertise aspect. And then again, it all goes back into giving you credibility. The other thing that expert does, it establishes confidence in other people, especially if you are not known, or your business is not known, or your product is not known, or your service is not known. An expert can give confidence to people that if this expert feels good about promoting you or talking about your business or your service, it gives other people confidence. And that's really what you're trying to get from an expert. You're trying to get people over that hump of maybe not knowing, maybe not having enough information, maybe not having enough confidence or not confidence in a bad way, just more information gathering to give them the ability to feel very good about what they're doing, about the decision they're about to make. So the right expert for your service, your product, your business gives your potential customer out there confidence.